Being rejected by a woman that we find attracted to sucks like hell. But in the long run, it saves you from being with the wrong women. Stay tuned.
Feeling like I'm trapped in my damn mind. Tell the feeling like I'm rapping a damn lie. Tell the feeling like my life is a damn game. Nigga really wanna die in the nighttime. Only time I feel pain when I'm feeling love.
It's been a minute since I made a video. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope y'all safe during them hurricane times. If you're new to my channel, my name is Brent, and I'm back on YouTube about you all good and a positive video. Hope you all having an awesome day. If you find this video likable and if you like this channel so far, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button and turn on your notifications. That way you have more videos in the future. So let's get straight to the point, as we know how I do it. You have men out there that can't handle rejection, and you have men out there that can handle rejection by a woman that they're interested in. The problem is that when a man gets rejected by a woman that he likes, he gets shamed upon. You have other men, you have certain women out there that will make jokes about men that can't handle rejection. But what they don't realize is that they don't take consideration of what men go through on a regular basis. We live in times where men don't got the support when it comes to emotions and when it comes to the mind. We are told that as men that, hey, you know, just suck it up, get over it, you a man, and just go from there. But what people don't realize is that there are a lot of men out there who commit suicide due to a lack of support. You know, imagine the world we live in where if men can't handle rejection, but they got the right friends, like the right brothers out there and encouraging by, look, man, hey, congratulations on shooting your shot, and who cares if that woman rejected you or not? You still have yourself. You got to start with loving yourself like your life depends on it, and pretty much go from there. If everybody had that support, if men who can't handle rejection or men in general had the actual support, then this world would be a whole lot better. But unfortunately, we don't really have all that though. I will always say all the time though, gentlemen, that, you know, being rejected can feel sucks, but it saves you from being with the wrong woman. And the thing with that, with us men, is that we're so focused on the fact that the woman that we find very interested in reject us. So we go throughout our days just thinking about, oh, I can't believe this woman reject me. And we play that in our heads over and over and over, to the point that we kind of lose track of time and we forget how to live our lives. People don't want to talk about the positive of being rejected by the woman you like. You see, they always say that the best relationship you can have is yourself. And this not only applies to men, this can also apply to women as well. But this video is more particularly on men, because I know what it's like, men who can't handle rejection. And we hear stories time and time where, you know, men may say some harsh things towards a woman, may end up stalking the woman, and may end up unaliving the woman because the man couldn't handle rejection. This video is not about all that though, and this is exactly why I'm also making this video, because I want to make sure that men who experience being rejected by a woman they're interested in should never go down that path. They should make sure the fact that, okay, you know, grieve as much as you can and start building yourself, getting to know yourself, so that way you would know the right woman for you to be part of your life. People need to start loving themselves. And in these day and age, people, you know, get upset when they see other people in relationships, but what they don't want to talk about is that a lot of people don't master loving themselves during a committed relationship. Because this society has told men and women that the moment you get in a relationship, you need to focus on each other and don't exclude yourself. And that's never the case. This is why we have so many relationships falling apart. This is why we have so much marriages falling apart, especially in the so-called black community. Because we was once, the marriage rate was high. But as time progressed, marriage in the so-called black community is less. And for what I've done research, it is stated that women are the main ones initiating divorces. And that's another thing you need to realize this though too, gentlemen. You know, you gotta realize in these day and age, majority of most marriages end by women because they want to initiate divorces. We're living in times where we got so many women who will glorify women like Megan Thee Stallion, Lori Harvey, the stepdaughter of Steve Harvey. You have women like Kim Kardashian. You have that woman from Sister Tia, Marie. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but that heifer ended up breaking off a man named Corey. And for what I've seen in the interview with Corey seemed like a generous guy, a guy who really want everything to work in his favor when it comes to marriage. But you got a lot of women out there who want to follow these type of women, thinking the fact that, oh, because they're famous, they're doing good. And that's not really the case. The point I'm saying to you all, this gentleman, is that I'm trying to get y'all to have this awareness of what's going on. Don't feel bad because you've been rejected by the woman that's interested, because you don't know anything about that woman. And this is why, when you're being rejected by a woman that you like, it leads to you having self-awareness. But more importantly, it leads to you getting to know yourself. You want to treat yourself like you are the house. Getting to know yourself is like the foundation. And when you build the foundation from the bottom to the top, nothing cannot stop you. No one cannot defeat you. So you want to start developing self-esteem within yourself, gentlemen. What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What's the things that you would tolerate? What are the things that you would not tolerate? Because the key thing with that is to make sure that you gain hope for yourself. You want to make sure that you gotta love yourself, but more importantly, have a good self-concept about you. And this is something that I wish I knew way back when I was rejected by the women I'm interested in. And speaking of that though, I know that certain situations are different, but I can tell you from my situation, and if you can relate to me what I'm about to say, just hit that comment and let me know if you can relate with this. But I've been rejected by women that I kissed, made out with. I've been rejected by a woman who I had intimacy with, and that was a girl I had a high school crush with. And I remember back in 2019 during the MomoCon, we ended up having intimacy in my car and everything, and it felt like a dream come true. What I'm saying is that you can be a good looking guy, you can be an attractive man, and you can still be rejected. And I realized that when I got rejected by that, because most of the time is when a man rejected by a woman that he's interested in, you won't be doing the dating, you won't be having no intimacy, you wouldn't be going around making out with the woman, you wouldn't be doing all that though. But for some odd reason, I experienced these situations and I wound up getting rejected. But at the end of the day, all that led to was me getting to know myself and start working on yourself. Because I'm gonna tell you all this right here. The men that be laughing at men that get rejected, they don't know how to maintain a healthy relationship. Just because they got multiple girls, or just because they pulling this girl or that girl, don't make them successful. Men like that don't even become successful because they don't have no self-discipline. 2, they don't have no self-awareness. 3, they lack in common sense. They're not paying attention to what's gonna happen if they do all this. See, a lot of people want to learn things the hard way. So the same men out there who want to just talk this way, like, oh, I'm gonna show you how to get girls and everything, bruh, don't listen to them. Because they so busy worrying about getting girls, but don't know how to maintain a healthy relationship. This is why you have certain men like that who end up being baby fathers, being deadbeats, paying child support until the child gets older. And my whole thing with that is, which man who want to experience that shit? Because if I have 2 options, I'd rather just be rejected by the woman that not interested in me and keep it moving, versus me dealing with the same woman that I cannot stand and I gotta pay child support because of a situation that I put myself into. Come on now. So I tell you gentlemen all the time, man, y'all gotta start thinking and start paying attention to the world that we're living in. When you start to work on yourself while you're single, you're gonna have some ladies that are gonna feel some type of way as well. And that's something I don't understand. When you go on social media, the same women who wanna choose the wrong type of men who don't wanna do right in a committed relationship, these are the same type of women that wanna go online and wanna run their mouths and make generalizations that every man ain't this, every man ain't that. All these men are just the same. But yet, at the same time though, while she's complaining, you're elevating. So not only that she can't stand a man that don't want to do right, but when she see a man that's doing right, it makes her even madder. And the reason why that take place, because when a woman spend time with men who don't take committed relationships serious, they're going to end up low-key having a hatred towards men. Even though it's not their intentions, but in the back of their subconscious mind, they're going to end up developing hatred towards men because what they experienced with men that didn't do right with them while they were in a committed relationship. And a lot of these ladies who've been in a situation like this need to realize that they agree to be in a committed relationship with them. Just because that man messed things up while you was in a committed relationship with him doesn't mean that every man suffer. And this is a thing too, gentlemen. Even when you start evolving and we try to start dating, you're going to have a lot of women out there who have a lot of traumas. And in this world we're living in, you have people who have less traumas. You have people that have more traumas. But the worst scenario is that there are people out there who don't want to work on their traumas. You have folks out there who want to numb the pain, whether it was smoking, addiction, alcohol. They want to escape the pain. But when you all sober up, guess what's going to happen? That situation is still right there until you address it. And it's unfortunate that a lot of ladies don't want to address their traumas because in their mind, they were told that they cannot do no wrong. And although they were faithful in the committed relationship, they still need to be held accountable for the men they choose, their discernment. They also need to be held accountable for their traumas. Because what happened is when you get involved with a woman that's not healed, she's gonna fuck everything up. Now I know a lot of people who are signs of well, oh, you got rejected because she don't find you attractive, and that's true because attraction is the key point of having a healthy relationship. If a woman finds you very attractive, then guess what? That is a bonus. And if she starts liking you for who you are, your character, and what you stand upon, she's gonna love you even more. It depends on what you believe in, and it depends on the situation. But the thing what people don't realize is that trauma can also alternate a person's decision making. Trauma is not only a physical thing, but it's also a psychological thing. And the problem with that is, when you have a lot of women out there who are reminiscing in their traumas, they're going to end up making bad choices. They're going to end up making bad decisions in the men they choose, whether it's them being abusive and emotional, or might get pregnant with a guy that does not want them in their lives no more. And unfortunately, you got things like, oh, they're strong and independent, don't need no man. You have this thing where you have all these dating gurus, all these simp white knight manginas, which I like to call them, telling a woman what she wants to hear. Don't want to give her the actual truth. You gaslighting these women up, thinking the fact that they're way better than opposite sex, and yet they still cannot find themselves a decent man. Because while they were too busy listening to all these other bullshit, they could have just tuned all that stuff out and work on themselves. But you as a guy who been rejected by a woman that interested in, you ain't got no problem with that. Cause let me tell you this. Let's say you worked on yourself and you met a woman, y'all cool, and she said she doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, so she said you want to be friends. Okay, you gonna feel some type of way, but it's not gonna bother you because you realize the fact that as you begin to work on yourself, you will learn how to handle rejection in a better way. And one thing I've noticed, if you know how to take rejection in a good way, a lot of women can acknowledge you on that. They'll say, you know what, that's very mature of you, which means the fact that, hey, if she sees that you can handle rejection in a mature way, there are chances where she may want to go on a date with you. And I've been in a situation twice where a woman rejects you, and I say, okay, cool, keep moving. It said, oh, they like preach you on this mature level. And let's be real here too, because sometimes a lot of women are scared to handle rejection, and it's they reject men that they're not interested in. It is very unfortunate because a lot of times certain women don't know if that would be their last day on earth. Because you got some men out there who are sensitive. You got men out there who are too emotional, who want to unalive a woman, who want to end up trying to stalk the woman, trying to make the woman feel so goddamn bad. And it's crazy that a lot of them have to move like this. And I can't blame them because like I said before, we all experience where we all mad because a woman does not want us. But at the end of the day, gentlemen, it is not the end of the world. Just because a woman rejects you doesn't mean that it's over for you. It doesn't mean that you're ugly. It doesn't mean that you are unattractive. It doesn't mean that you are worthy of a committed relationship. But I do understand that when a man get rejected multiple times, he's gonna feel that way because that's what he experienced. You know, when you experience certain things over and over, you thinking that's just what it is. And I understand that. Because the more you used to something, the more you're gonna assume that, okay, that's just how it is. And you're gonna make assumptions in your head, knowing good and damn well that is not true. So always keep your head up. Always do better for yourself. Start loving yourself. Start elevating yourself. And I'm not talking about on a financial standpoint. I'm talking about your character, your personality, your morals, your standards. When you start to cultivate this, gentlemen, your value is going to increase. If you work on these things, bro, and you ain't got that much money, bro, it don't even mean a damn thing. Because when a woman sees you attractive and see you got your shit together, your character, bro, the money don't mean a damn thing. Because if she sees that you're a good looking guy and she sees that you were able to push beyond your way, bro, bro, you gonna get it every time. So always accept yourself. Be grateful that you've been rejected. And I'm not saying that, oh, be grateful that experience a negative emotion. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in the fact that, hey, be grateful that you were given the opportunity to start loving yourself. Because how can you be in a committed relationship with somebody if you don't got a good relationship with yourself? So always remember that the best relationship you can have is with yourself, gentlemen. And just realize that, hey, at the end of the day, who cares if somebody laugh at you because you can't handle rejection? Because at the end of the day, you're going to be fine. You're going to evolve. And when you start working on yourself, gentlemen, you're going to find high quality women that will be in your favor. And then not only that, though, you can start having good discernment and not make the same mistake that most women go through. I would say that there's only a small percent of men who's going to take this heed to this video. And you might have some men out there who are going to take that shit the wrong way and end up becoming like a villain, which is another thing right here. When you start to elevate and evolve yourself, you will become a hero in your own eyes. You're literally saving yourself from the negative emotion that you experience from that woman that reject you. Meanwhile, you have some men that are going to take this the wrong way and allow the negative emotion to dwell in their mentality to where they become their own villain. Which is why I highly suggest y'all stop saying this villain art. You want to be a hero, that where heroes be acknowledged by people. Unlike villains, villains are selfish people. All they want to do is just want to express their pain to other people because they're miserable. They want to see other people miserable. So don't be like that. Be a hero to your own life. And like I say, just because a woman rejects you doesn't mean you neglect yourself. Be like Gaara from Naruto Shippuden when he had a conversation with the other Kages. He asked him, when do you all forsake yourselves? Don't be that type of man. Be the man who loves himself. Be the man who is working on himself every single day. And when you do all that, though, not only you can handle rejection, but you're going to attract high quality women that were better than the woman that you rejected. So, hope you all enjoying this video. Again, like, subscribe, and turn on your notification for more videos in the future. Stay safe out there, and I'm out. Peace.